Hello, my name is Isaiah Tanner. I'm a freshman here at Truman studying biology as I hope to study reptiles and amphibians in a field known as herpetology in the future. Throughout my life, a big quality of mine that wasn't always present was patience and understanding. Uh, when I was younger, I was a very rambunctious kid focused on what other children were doing, what other kids were doing that I wasn't, and it was a very unpleasant way to think about things. Eventually, uh, my grandmother and my mother had had enough and eventually sat me down and taught me the importance of patience and moving at one's own pace, which at the time I wasn't very receptive to because, I believed that I was missing out on so much. So it was definitely a struggle to teach myself something that I thought it was going to be easy at first, but was not. Um, as I grew up and I grew emotionally, I realized that patience would only help me in the long run. I was still struggling with it. Many times I would lose my patience. Um, People were still taking advantage of my budding patience and kindness and using it as an opportunity to get what they wanted from me, which wasn't a good move. A story that I really resonated with or resonate with now more than I did then was a children's story known as The Tortoise and the Hare. The main theme of that story, of course, is slow and steady wins the race. But maybe back in my early childhood, I identified more with the hare. I was in a rush to get ahead. I was in a rush to do this or that and become more relevant with the people that were around I was in a rush to become more relevant to my peers at the time. Of course, as I grew emotionally, and my mother and my grandmother continued to explain the importance of such traits to me, I realized that it was more of I began to grow and identify more with the tortoise than the hare. That moving at my own pace was not only more fulfilling, but it really turned my attention inward, not so much in a selfish way, but in a way that would only benefit me in the long run. So, of course, it was taken advantage of, once or twice, a few times throughout the years, and it wasn't always something I was proud of. It was my patience and kindness was tested a lot, and I definitely struggled to fix and try to protect myself so that it wouldn't happen again. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to make this semester a good